G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. So today we are going to give the grass a cut. So it hasn't been mowed for about a week and a half now, and it's sitting at about the 30 to 40 mil mark. It hasn't really grown that much recently. Not a big deal as the temperatures have dropped right off here, so we will see a reduction in growth, but it is still thickening up, which is ideally what I want anyway. And it is looking really good. There's a few patches that are a bit thin, which I'll show you in a minute, but we'll fix that today. So we'll do a mow first, then we will oversow with about 1 to 2 kilos worth of seed. And then I've also got some granular fert here that we'll apply as well, which will be the last granular fert for the season. So I'll just grab his now, bring you over to here. So this is one of the patches I was just talking about. So it's a bit thin there, but there is growth there. So I'm not too stressed about it, but it will be good just to knock it in the butt now and just get that growth just before it really slows down. But realistically, that's probably the only real patch. There's probably two that I've got to worry about, and it's basically like where we are here now, and then it drifts off down, so it follows in a line. It's basically where I just gone a bit too light on the seed and didn't overlap properly. And then basically like that patch that I hit with the trailer previously, that's pretty well back to normal now, which is around here somewhere. I can't even see where it was now. Yep, that's good. I did speak too soon about the broadleaf weeds, so we're looking at a couple here, just the 3, which I can't complain with that. I'm actually quite happy that there's only been 3. But yeah, well, I'll just hand pull those out before we do a mow. And then the only other patch is probably here, really, in this section here where it's a bit thin. It does cop it a bit from the sprinklers, gets a bit of wash, so it's probably why it has struggled there. And there's another spot there too. But I mean, it's about 28 days old now, 30 days old. I'm going to stop counting and worrying about the days now because it's pretty well established. So we're just going to roll with it as a completely germinated turf that we're going to start looking after through winter. Alrighty, so I'm going to go quickly remove those weeds, and then we will get into a mow. Alrighty guys, so that's the first cut done. And I just love ryegrass. It looks so good after it's been mowed. Look at that. That nice waxy leaf. And then you go through here, I'll just show you the clippings. There's nothing better than the smell of ryegrass that's just freshly been cut. It's very sweet smelling grass. Look at that. So we didn't actually get a huge amount off it. So about 1/4 of a catcher. No, which is probably what I was expecting, to be honest. And that's, what did I cut that at? 20 mil? yeah, so I've reduced that down to 20 mil now, and we'll probably leave it at this height for a while now, just to let it really establish itself and settle down. Because if you actually feel the ground is actually quite firm still straight under it, because the cooch is still slowly coming back through. Apologies, noise. But yeah, you can see it sort of down in there. It's hard to see it, but there is cooch starting to come back through, which is good. It's helping it thicken up. But the ryegrass seems to be managing to win at the moment, which is what we want. I do want to quickly show you the drop spreader application. So I did do that to avoid the garden beds getting ryegrass in it. But we did have some rain, some wind, and look at all that ryegrass in there. So I'll have to do something about that. I've got to be careful. I can't spray it because obviously the grass tree is quite sensitive to that sort of stuff. So, but I mean, look at this. Like, it's growing in rocks. So it's pretty resilient stuff, this. But what I'm thinking is it's probably mature enough to get a cross cutting. I reckon we do a double cut. Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so that's the double cut done on it. So it's probably it's a bit hard to see the stripes. Oh, there we go. Let's turn a bit. So it's had its double cut now. Got nothing off really. So just to be expected. I wasn't too stressed about that, but that's a double cut at 20 mil now. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. So what we'll go through and do now is chuck some seed down. So same deal, we're just going to basically follow the pattern I just did mowing, but I might sit off center just so we fill in these gaps, especially down like here where it is thin, which would have been a result of me not overlapping the seed to begin with. So I will overlap there and just make sure that I'll probably do a bit more in that section there just to thicken it up a bit, but that's probably about it for that one. So we'll set up and get into seeding.
Summer sweat in the sweet summer heat, running round till blisters on our feet. In the yard, kicking a soccer ball, watching TV, doing nothing at all. Growing up, my sister and me, counting the days until we would be free. I guess that qualifies.
Alrighty guys, so overseeding is now done. Honestly, it was only about 1.5 kilos tops. It probably wasn't even that. It wasn't much, and I literally only just had enough to finish it. So, which worked out well. We got a double overlay of seed, so that will just help establish this a little bit more, just to try and fill in those extra bit of bare patches, I guess. Which, I mean, they're filling in, but it'll just help. So the final step now, guys, is just get the granular fert down. We will be, I'll take you over here. So we will be using the ICL Pro Turf Mini Prill, which is what I've been using for a while now. Really rate this stuff. So we'll get that down. This will be the last granular fert for the season, and then we'll get some water on it. So that's pretty well it for this one, guys. So we've given it a mow, we gave it a double cut at 20 mil, got rid of a few of the broadleaf weeds, which they're going to continue to pop up. This is part of life. Still too young to spray any weed sort of pre-emergence slash killers at the moment, so I'll just hold off on that. It's probably okay, but I don't want to risk it. What else? Yeah, so oversowed again, about 1.5 kilos worth of seed. Same thing, double direction, and then apply the granular fert, ICL Pro Turf, about 2 kilos. So we're looking at about 2 for that. I will now give it a good drink and water this fert in and get the seed nice and moist and then underway. What else was there? Oh, shirts. Wanted to give a shout out to Height of Clothing for providing us with some new tees. I have been asked questions about getting shirts, so Height of Clothing have basically uploaded our shirts into their store. So it'd be best to go directly to them if you would like a shirt. There is a discount code which I will chuck up on the screen now, and I'll link in the description. So if you do want a shirt, please support another small Australian business. Great quality stuff. I'm really happy with it. So thank you to them. Big shout out. What else? That's pretty it, guys. So this will be my last video for probably at least a month. I'm going to be taking a bit of time off just to chill out and basically reset. I'm pretty knackered. It's been a fairly big 12 months for us, so I'm going to just go offline for a bit. If anything major happens during that time, I'll obviously record it, but I don't think anything will. So the next video back will probably be when we start putting liquid ferts in. We'll give it a mow, obviously, and yeah. If you want to see a particular pattern mode into the lawn, please let me know, and we can see if we can make that happen. Ryegrass is pretty good for coming up with all sorts of patterns and designs, so as long as it's nothing too tricky, I'm sure we can cater for that. And just lastly, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. And yeah, really appreciate the support, guys, and I really hope you have a good week. See you later.